And things have certainly changed since Durant last suited up. James Harden is gone, along with Paul Millsap, Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond have been added, but Simmons still a ways away from playing. As you mentioned, in the 21 games that he missed, the Nets are disastrous, 5-16 without him. So an exciting night for the Nets. Let's see if our guys are as excited as he is. We now welcome in NBA champion Rip Hamilton and CBS Sports basketball writer Colin Ward-Henninger. Gents, KD is back, and Rip, based on where they are right now, what is the ceiling for this team with him in it?
Well, Jeremy, I still believe that the NBA Finals is. When you get this team healthy, you get Ben Simmons on the floor, you get KD back out there, and not being on a minute restriction because we don't know how much time he's going to play when he comes back. But if you get all three of their superstars back on the floor, I believe that, hey, you know what, this team can come out the Eastern Conference and also win an NBA World Champion. They're taking it easy with KD. I believe that KD could have came back a week ago, but he was still feeling soreness in his knee. And they know they need him to be 100% for them to get to the promised land, and that's the NBA Finals. So with all the guys back in the lineup and their role players able to play the way that they're capable of playing, I got the Brooklyn Nets. If they're healthy and their chemistry is right, their ceiling is going all the way to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, you see them there at 6-1 in terms of odds to win the NBA title as you take a look at the playoff picture. So, I mean, they're 9 games back of the Miami Heat as they face the Heat tonight. The Heat going into that game is 2.5-point favorites. Colin, your latest power rankings are out, and you have the Nets down to 19th ahead of KD's return. I'll ask you, what has you dropping them so far down?
Well, this is a team built around 3 superstars, and they've had, what, half of one recently, if you count Kyrie only playing home games. So that's the reason they've dropped so far, is their personnel is simply not built to sustain itself without those superstars. So now you get Kevin Durant back in the mix. You see what Kyrie Irving is capable of going into Milwaukee, dropping 38 points and beating that team. You know, he said afterwards that he felt like a weight was lifted, some demons were exorcised from their loss to Milwaukee, which obviously Kyrie Irving was injured for last postseason. So you see what they're capable of. And now I think with Kyrie Irving, he was kind of giving up some power to James Harden. You know, early on in their tenure, he said, you know, James Harden's the point guard. I'm just going to play off the ball. Now we get to see Kyrie take on a little bit more of that point guard role alongside Durant. So I'm curious to see what that looks like, particularly if and when Ben Simmons is able to come back, push in transition, play defense, and add that type of element to this team. So excited to see where they go from here, but there's a lot of question marks for sure.
And to add what Colin was talking about, we can't forget the defensive side of the ball. Them adding Andre Drummond, a rim protector that they actually needed, and a big time rebounder. Another thing that they were lacking on this ball club. So when you add guys like that, Seth Curry has been great from a shooting standpoint since he's been added to this roster. And people forget Kyrie Irving and Seth Curry got a relationship all the way back to the Duke days. So once this team gets intact and everybody's healthy and everybody's on the floor and they're rolling, I like the Brooklyn Nets chances. But when they say that this team is trending the other way, yes, you know, you got probably the number 1 or 2 best player in the game not being in your lineup. So having them back is going to be a huge addition.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.